Good morning, everyone. This is Manish. I'm the principal at Adaptech Consulting. Thank you for joining this morning. I wanted to make sure that I just introduce a bit to myself. Good morning, everyone. This is Manish from Adaptech. I'm the principal and the lead architect. At Adaptech, we focus in business productivity solutions, which includes Office 365, SharePoint Online, and Project Online, and Power BI. We are a certified Microsoft partner. We are also Microsoft Experience Center certified. What that means is we have additional access to Microsoft resources like technical resources or facilities at Microsoft Technology Center, which is right here in Irvine. So in case we have to do a deep dive sessions, we can always bring you into the office at Microsoft, and we can do some additional sessions, give a tour of the Microsoft facilities. We are also partner in the IAMCP channels, which is a channel for Microsoft partners. And in 2014 Q2, we were also recognized as Partnering for Success Award. So that's about me. Let's start with today's agenda, which is how to drive productivity with your company intranet, and with the focus of using SharePoint as an intranet. So into today's topic, I want to cover a couple of points, and those are listed here. And first, we are going to look into why SharePoint, what is SharePoint. Then we are going to look into how companies are using SharePoint, and we have some good example. I have some example on how Adaptech is using SharePoint and how our clients are using SharePoint. In addition, we have some examples on how you can use SharePoint to maximize productivity. So you have some takeaways from this session, and that way you are able to implement those in your company. At the end, we have a link which has a survey, and once you do the survey, we have the raffle, where we will distribute $500 worth of software, Microsoft software. So I'm going to pull a winner and then email him the link to download the software. Let's start with our topic, by SharePoint. So what is the need of SharePoint in today's world? So in order to cover that, I want to point out a couple of things, and which is related to the trends impacting the way we work. In the past, the work used to be mostly related to the desktop-based work, or you are in the office working with colleagues in person, or at your office working at your desktop. But now things are changing because there are like 1 billion or more devices, and people are being social, and there are other technologies like cloud technologies. So devices are enforcing the companies to have technologies which is supported by these devices. So you should be able to access the data in a mobile phone, PC, or tablets. Similarly, people are expecting more social way of working, so social collaboration should be possible, and cloud technology. So there should be option to work remotely, so that you're not tied to your desktop or your desk. In fact, you want to be productive on the go or away from office. And Microsoft is embracing that vision, and it's making sure the technologies are available on mobile, on PC, and tablets. In addition, they are also allowing you to choose the on-premise version of the software, or online, which is the cloud version of the software. And in fact, there are some options like Go Hybrid. So you can actually select some options where you can have on-premise and online version working together. So that is the reason Microsoft has SharePoint, which is offering these features. And that's why there is a need of SharePoint-like software. Now, what is SharePoint? Now, SharePoint in a basic term is a content management system, but then it has evolved into much more than that. So it has become truly a collaboration tool and a platform. So what I mean by that is I want to show you the slide, and this is a good representation of SharePoint, that it has different sections which is possible to utilize. Now you have sites. What sites does is provide you individual teams, a site, a project site, and it has the features like calendar, notebook for taking minutes, meeting minutes and all. You can have communities, so groups, blog, newsfeed. There is another tool called Yammer you can integrate. And in the past, SharePoint used to be a content management system. So yes, there is a content sharing going on. SkyDrive has been renamed to OneDrive now, and co-authoring, mobility versioning, and search. Like once you have all the documents going into SharePoint, there is a way to easily search what you have done by storing the document. In fact, the search is also making sure that what kind of permissions you are given within the system. So that way you see only the things you are allowed to see, not everything. Inside is some additional application more related to reporting. There is a Power BI component which allows you self-serving BI. There are some more applications. So just like on your mobile phone or the smartphone, you have apps from the App Store, and you can install additional apps to increase the functionality. SharePoint allows similar features. I'm going to show you the demo of that in my environment on how to add these applications. So it allows you some additional applications. There is a site mailbox concept which allows you to have better collaboration. We will touch base on that also. So you can see the SharePoint is not just one area, but it provides multiple features, and you may choose to just start in one area and then adapt that kind of feature set, make it useful within organization, and then go further. So let's look what SharePoint offers. So as we talked about the new collaboration tool need, that's what SharePoint is allowing you to do. It provides a better way of communication, better way of working. It has multiple features which can suit different personalities, and that way you are able to use it for collaboration. In addition to collaboration, it provides these things. So it provides a way to share information. That includes your documents, your idea, task list, calendar. It allows you to organize information. So your documents can be organized, your projects, your department information, the forms and policies, all can be organized. And then comes the discovery, meaning if you have organized the data, how do you retrieve back? That's where the search feature comes into picture, where you're able to search easily and use that information to see the stored document. Now these bottom two areas are more related to how you are storing or you are building new applications. So it is not only restricted to the out-of-box features, but developers are able to utilize SharePoint to build new things. So SharePoint acts as a platform as well. In fact, for one of our clients, they really have integrated SharePoint in a big way, and they are importing a lot of data from external third-party system. They are importing the Excel data and then merging it with their SQL and SharePoint list to show a single view. So then they are using it as a call center list or a small CRM just made for their call centers. Manages for your IT people or your administrator who are maintaining and managing the system or SharePoint system. Looking for other items like sharing documents was the base thing SharePoint has provided. SharePoint started as a content management system, and it used to provide libraries where you can drop documents, share documents, give permissions to a list of people, and make sure that you are controlling the permissions and they are able to collaborate on the document. Now, when you drop a document, you have additional features in SharePoint. Those are like, you can see here, you can see any document. Based on selecting a document, you can see who did you share it with. Number of people are listed here. And then if you have Skype for Business running within your organization, you're able to click on the green icon and start chatting with them. You see last modification, you see the versioning information. If you click here, you'll be able to see the versioning information. Here is a URL which you can share with external people who may not be part of within your Active Directory or within your organization. So still you are able to share that document, and you control the permissions. So you can say it requires sign in. So even if somebody else got hold of that URL, they are not able to see it. You are able to drag and drop the documents from your PC. You can drop it to the SharePoint, or you can sync it by clicking on the sync button, and it will pull the information to your desktop. If you like to work on the local documents, like in the past, just using C drive, then that feature is also available through SharePoint. You can see live document preview. You don't have to open, just mouse over and show the preview. Who are you sharing with? And then the sharing becomes easy. You can follow. So once you start following, this shows up in your profile under, if you logged in as Steven, then if you go as a Steven, then you can see what are documents you are following. Sharing is also very easy. By just clicking here, you can share the site or a document. We talked about storing, sharing, and syncing, and I just wanted to highlight again that if you click sync, then it brings the documents to your local PC, and it looks something like this, where all the documents have been downloaded, and it shows green checkbox, which means your syncing is proper and these documents are available locally and on the cloud. So you can change here or on the cloud, and it syncs both ways. Okay, organize teams. Now before I go further, I wanted to show you a demo. So let me go to the environment and show you some demo. Let me exit out. Now this is Adaptec site where we have not configured much as of now. So this is how it is going to look. But if I open a configured version, then this is what you see. You see a beautiful site done on SharePoint. On the top, it has all the department links. So there is a department called HR, there is operations, sales and marketing, and there is an idea exchange. On the home page, on the left, you can see it has the featured story, job opening, cafe news, procedures, maps. On the right bottom, you can see there is events, popular documents, blog, employees. So this gives you an example of how you can customize the home page. And then let me show you some documents area. So under sales and marketing, let's see if marketing team has created some document to be utilized for marketing purpose and sales purpose. So you can see on the bottom, you have some collaterals, and also we can click here to go more deep and exactly see what other information is here. So not only they have the top rated documents, PPT slides, and documents. On the top left, you could see some PowerPoint. Videos are also possible. You are allowed to upload videos. So videos brings up a very good point that you can have videos for employee onboarding, client onboarding. So client onboarding, you can create a couple of PowerPoints and videos to go through the steps on how you execute projects. So within Adaptec, we have a template just made for client projects. Whenever client comes on board, we just launch that template, and it has all the related documents. And that way, client is able to just go in one place and get the information regarding project progress. And I'm going to talk a little bit more on that. Okay, so I wanted to show you this SharePoint site. Let me go back to the slides. We're going to cover more topic and then come back to the demo. Okay, we talked about using SharePoint documents. Other thing is, with the documents, you can make your team organized. You can have set of documents pre-templatized. In that way, a project starts or an employee starts with the company, you can give them a set of documents to go through, and they are able to go through those documents and understand how your company works or how the project operates. Keeping team in the things, two things I want to highlight is team mailbox. And what team mailbox allows you to do is communication. Any communication within the project going on, normally it becomes a challenge if people are coming to the project or going off the project to keep everybody in the loop. So there is a feature called team mailbox. In that you are able to CC team mailbox email ID, and that way all the communication, all the emails and the documents are stored within team mailbox. When somebody joins or leaves the company, then you can take them off the team mailbox or allow them to access, and the new person is able to see the whole history of the project. So that way you're not sharing old ex-employees email ID with a new employee, but just give them a team mailbox access. Other thing is I wanted to cover is on the documents you are able to apply basic process workflows. Now example of the workflow could be as simple as leave request. So at present, if you don't have the workflow in process, how it must be working is people fill a physical form and they take a printout and give it to their manager, or maybe they send an email to manager and manager sends it to HR and it gets approved, it gets recorded, employee knows his leave has been approved and he can go on the leave without hurting the business. But in SharePoint, what you can do is you can create a library, set a simple workflow, 3-state workflow, which could be, state could be as simple as pending review, approved or denied. 3-state, and what happens is the employee is deploying the or requesting the leave, and he fills the information and puts it in the library. He's able to just fill in the information, workflow automatically gets triggered, gets assigned to the manager. Manager is assigned the status called pending review. He reviews it, he approves or denies, and all that status is shown in SharePoint. Both the manager and the employee get the notification, and the business process is handled easily. So that is a very simple example of a workflow, but in addition to that simple workflow, you are able to deploy complex workflows also. But that's just a simple example I wanted to share with you. Okay, we did talk about this. Just wanted to show you that when you're working, you have the option of selecting require sign-in and what kind of permissions you want to assign at the document level or at the site level. Site is nothing but an area where you have designated for team members. So you can select a document and say view only and require sign-in, and that way you are able to control the flow securely. Okay, so now the main topic about today's webinar was using SharePoint as intranet, or using SharePoint intranet to improve business productivity. I have very good experience with intranet and extranet because we internally use intranet heavily. Any projects comes into the picture where the client has been involved in the project, approval, or it's still under approval, we do deploy a new SharePoint site for a big project, and the intranet solution is just within the company and the vendors. So we are able to collaborate with vendors and within the team members and collaborate securely. It has all the apps like announcement, task list, calendar, and I'm going to show you that. And that way we are able to control the productivity. And similarly, extranet solutions. Extranet is for our clients. When the project starts, we are able to deploy a solution which gives the client a place to log in and check the project progress. And let me go and show a simple site which looks like this. If you have not done much of the customization, this is how it will look. On the top, you have different links, which could be department or a project. On the left, it has the applications, home, notebook, document, and it's showing similar features which comes out of box. But you are able to customize it in very easily. So you are able to click the new site with a click of a button. But before I talk about this site, let me show you the demo on what if we have configured an intranet site, how it will look. So let me take you to a demo site on Adaptec SharePoint. So you can see this is the site which has been configured, but it is not made as an intranet. It's just a basic out-of-box SharePoint. Now, if we configure properly, then how it will look like is this. So when the project will start, we configure something like this. On the top left, we have logo. Based on the logo of the client, we are able to customize the theme. On the left, you are able to see multiple applications, which we talked about, right? That you are able to add applications. So you go here and add an app, and you are able to choose the application. So you have the applications like announcement, contact, calendar. We are sharing calendar within the team, and all the documents for the project, issues. So when you are working on a long project, issues happen. Somebody has to follow up and make sure that issue doesn't get escalated or is under control. So that you can track here. Links, important links. Mailbox, we talked about the mailbox, that anytime you have the communication for this project, you can create a mailbox which gets all the, gets CC'd in all the communication, which has to be enforced. You need to tell people that they need to get the mailbox CC'd in all the emails. So all the documents, all the communication goes in mailbox. Anybody has access to this site is able to see all the communication. Notebook is for the meeting notes. This is the OneNote area. Pictures, task. The task is nothing but the task you can see for a project. So let me take you there. So you can see all the tasks for the project. So project kickoff meeting, requirements gathering, setup, sites, demo, go live, and you're able to track it. So you can just make sure that these are done, what are pending, due date is listed here. And in addition to the task getting listed here, you are able to assign it to individuals. Now the best part on having SharePoint Online or having SharePoint on-premise, which is integrated with the Exchange, is if you have configured properly, whoever you assign these tasks to, they can get the notification in their Outlook or to their mobile phone. So suppose you have 30 tasks and a team of 5 people, everybody has 6 tasks or some variation of that, they will be able to see the assigned task in the Outlook, and they can just respond through the Outlook. So project manager can just say, hey, look at your Outlook and let me know what task you have done, what you're lagging, how much percentage is done, and that all information gets modified here. So that is very powerful. You can see, you can use SharePoint as an intranet, and similarly you can create sites like this for extranet environment as well. Okay, let me go back. And we are nearing our 25 minutes of the webinar timing. So I just want to cover a couple of items that I thought was good, but we'll have another session on more features discussion on SharePoint. So I would like you to join those sessions as well. And then if you have any other questions, feel free to shoot an email and we'll have a deep dive session on one-on-one with your team and yourself. So you can have discussion forums where you can add ideas, people can reply, people can like, all that also is a feature. You can organize project easily and keep things on track. Project management is possible. You can also use the to-do list built in SharePoint to manage your project. There are other areas like enterprise content management, records, reporting, knowledge sharing, knowledge base, all that is there. And then discover answers. This is with the search. We're talking about more on the search. So that's what I want to cover in the future webinars. It's just impossible to cover everything in one of the webinars. So I'm just gonna skip and go to the last slide, and hopefully we get you to see in the future webinar. So as I said, in the next slide I will have my contact information. Let's shoot me an email if you want to have a one-on-one session or deep dive session so that we can go in more details on what you wanted to get answered. Here's my contact information. Feel free to reach me, and then go ahead and click on this link. I'm going to paste this link in the chat window as well, and go ahead, fill in your information, and then we'll have a raffle. Thank you.